What is going on, guys? It's your boy Jay Custard Gray here from Anime Escape with another Invincible review. Was it Ep.6? You look kind of dead. Yep, that's exactly what it is. This episode was very interesting. I will say that. It's been completely interesting. Pretty much the, how would you say, the episode reflects completely on what happened to Mark, Black Samson, Monster Girl, Rex, pretty much the whole story, pretty much how they got played, how they got beat up, left for dead, everything like that. Also reflects on how the wife is now suspect of Omni-Man. So it's been crazy. It's been really crazy. So, it's just been wild, like completely wild. So, it starts up with them rushing everybody to, well, no. It starts off with some girls on a college dorm. They're walking, and then this guy comes out the blue. So yeah, man, traditional. I won't say traditional frat dude. He's a drunk, and he's like, "My dad owns this. He owns this building. I'm gonna inherit it all. Come get on this dick." And they're like, "No." So I think like next thing he's like knocked out, and then he like wakes up, and there's like this guy. And he was like, "Look, you're not perfect yet, but I can make you perfect." So he's like, "Man, what the hell are you doing?" He's like, "Nerd," and call him this, that. And he looks around, and it's like robots and humans, body parts sewn together, and I'm like, bruh, you in the worst possible outcome ever. So then I do like the way they I know this is a complete side note, but I do like the way they roll in the title, like rolling Invincible. He was like, "You're not perfect yet, but by the time I'm done with you'll be, and then title card, Invincible." And I'm like, I'm catching on that. That's smooth. They really got it smooth. So after that, it's, how would you say? That's when it gets to them working on Black Samson, Monster Girl, Mark, everything like that. It's crazy because Monster Girl transforms, and Robot has to come in and be like, "Yo, it's me, calm down, transform back." So she transforms back. They start to lose Black Samson, but they electrocute him, and then for some odd reason, like they electrocute him like 4 or 5 times, and he comes back after like a power surge just knocks out everything in the room. Robot tells everyone like what to do, how to save Monster Girl and everything like that. And then it comes to Mark. And I'm trying to remember how long he was out. I think it was like maybe like 5 or 6 days. Or was it a week? It was 6 days. It was 6 days. So he like wakes up and he's like, "Oh no, Amber, this, and this." Eve, I finally remember her name to save my life. Walks in, was like, "Hey, I patched things up with Amber and everything like that. You're cool, all that. I told you were hit by a bus," which, the way in his condition, he pretty much was hit by a bus. So then it like cuts back to him. He's like feeling like he shouldn't really be like a hero now because he's not doing judgmental stuff properly, everything like that. Nolan walks up on, was it Cecil? Ask him about Dark Blood, even though Nolan doesn't know. Cecil sent Dark Blood back to hell, which was still the funniest thing in this. So he can't send me back to hell. I burnt those pages. Oh, these pages? Just so they're trying to figure out everything like that. And then I guess, what was it? Is it Mark goes back to Amber, explains everything. Amber pretty much was like, "I did break up with you." He was like, "Can I get a second chance?" They get back together. And then, what's his best friend's name? I swear, I don't know his best friend's name to save my life. But what's it? Some typical name, but his best friend's going off to see this college because he has this fling that he wants to meet and everything like that. Mark was like, "Why don't me and Amber come? You know, gives us time to be just us and everything like that." So we're like, "All right, cool, you guys come on, everything like that." So, um, day comes where like they go to the college and everything like that. So, you know, they're having a ball at the college and everything and stuff like that. Uh, Mark's mom and Nolan, which is Omni Man, um, they're not seeing eye to eye. Because, like, when Mark leaves, she leaves. And he was like, "What's going on?" And he's like, she was like, "I want to grab some stuff for dinner." He's like, "Why don't I come with you?" She was like, "No, don't you got something to do besides coming with me?" He's like, "Yeah." And then she leaves. So it gets crazy. You know, while they're there, while a little bit before Mark leaves, Eve pops up and said she's like still debating on what she wants to do, but it says that she like wants to actually just help people, not just fight all the time. So I can understand that. And you know, while Mark and Amber's at the college, you know, everything like that, robot attacks, robot human hybrid thing attacks. And you know, Mark is like almost hero ready. He's like, "Yo, I gotta protect these people," but he can't do it because so many people, Amber, this and that. So then he's like trying to help the best way he can, but he disappears. And then the cyborg thing, or android or whatever, cyborg, goes attack William, his friend William, and Invincible shows up. And then like Mark, like William's like looking at him. He's like, "Wait, Mark?" He's like, "Run!" And then like he's losing because he's still hurt from the battle between, you know, the other guys that like pretty much left him on deathbed. And he manages like to snatches the cyborg's mask off, and the cyborg sees his reflection and impales itself on the statue. So after that, you know, he runs off, comes back, and Amber is pissed. Amber's like, "You left me, you left us, we were trying to do this, everything like that. You're like, you know, you said you want something new, nothing's happening, you know, you're not doing it, everything like that, blah, 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 blah." So it cuts to Eve leaving her parents' house. Now, her mom is wanting her to be a superhero, but, you know, I guess she's like kind of like because she's not the man of the house or the leader of the house or whatever. She's kind of like, you know, do what your dad says. But Eve was like, "Look, I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of doing this. I want to help people." And the dad is just like point blank, period, horrible. He's like, "The worst day of my life is when you got this power." And I'm like, damn. Like, bruh, like if I had a child that could materialize anything out of nothing, I'd be, "Yo, daddy need a PlayStation." Like, I'd be horrible, but I'd be supportive. But yeah, it gets crazy because like she flies off like leaves and everything like that, so she winds up finding this tree in the cliff, and she's like, "Well, I like the view." It just materializes a tree house with a bed and curtains and lights and shit. And I'm like, why can't? I mean, I know powers aren't real, but like, why can't I have that shit? Like, I would not ask for a damn thing. Money, materialize. House, piece of land, nowhere, just materialize and be happy. Like, I wouldn't even care. But you know, it's gets crazy because then, you know, Amber and Mark, they get into it on the way back to William's friend's dorm, and William's friend, he leaves to get drinks and pizza and stuff like that. And Amber leaves. While she's gone out and about, she gets invited to a house party by some fraternity guys. She decides to go. So she comes back, changes, and then leaves. Mark is like laying on the ground facing the pillow. And William's friend was like, "Hey, so how's everything going?" And it's like, "Not great. Not great." So it kind of, if I remember correctly, cuts back to Monster Girl and Robot. Robot went to like somewhere to get a special flower for Monster Girl to survive. Black Samson recovered completely, which is shocking because my man's arm was done. But I'm trying to remember what else was very important. Nolan's wife went to the tailor, the one that does all the superheroes costumes, and analyzed Nolan's suit because she snuck Nolan's suit out. It was so incriminating, like everything on the suit, like so much blood, metal, stuff like that, friction burns. It was crazy. So it cuts out of the shop, and Nolan is hovering over the shop, just listening to what's happening in the shop. I'm like, bruh, some of them die. So, you know, it cuts to Robot meeting up with the twins, the evil twins that attacked the White House earlier in the very beginning of the season, doing something about a body, reanimating or creating a new body or something like that. And they are hassling Robot, and Robot is a thug. He was like, you will get your money when the project is done. No sooner, no later. And he walks off. And I'm like, yo, like, you for a hero, you are a thug. Like, but after that, it finds out that William's friend is kidnapped. William tells Mark. Mark is like, look, I need to go get Amber. Like, if anything does happen, it's going to be a call. Come to find out, Mark's friend's been kidnapped by the DA of the school that he's at, because the DA thinks humans are imperfect, and they, by creating them to be cyborgs, they can be perfect. So, William gets kidnapped. Mark goes to save him. And while Mark is getting jumped by like 3 cyborgs, like William like reflects to his friend like how everything, like they made love on the beach or the lake and whatnot, brings him to his senses. He helps Mark beat up the other cyborgs. The guy, DA goes to jail. The DA of the school goes to jail. Mark asks, is there any way to help me? He said he'll try. I think Nolan confronts the dude that does the suits, pretty much doing a typical bad guy thing where it's like, hey, you know, life is short. The head tilt and then look over like, motherfucker, you don't talk about you. like life is short, this, and this. Trying to think what else happened in the episode. Mark comes back, hugs William, checks on Amber. Amber's actually not asleep because Amber low-key wants him to come in and confront her and stuff like that. He's like, no, I'm tired. But then Nolan comes home. And this is the part that pissed me off. Because earlier in the episode, Nolan's wife was sitting with the tailor and found all this evidence and told the tailor, look, don't tell nobody nothing. Don't tell him nothing. You ain't see me, you ain't see I'm man, you ain't see nobody, you ain't seen this suit, nothing. Don't tell nobody nothing. So Nolan lands in front of the house, walks in the house. The wife is drinking wine. And all she asks him is, why did you do it? I'm like, nigga! Like, you just told this man not to say nothing, bruh. And now you just gonna blow it up in the most powerful man's face. You're just gonna do it like that. He's like, why did you kill him? Like, what are you talking about? Why did you kill everybody in the why'd you kill everybody in the Guardians? He's like, yeah, and then like the episode ends like that. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, bruh, this is insane. But there's another incident that happened. Cause you know something always happens like low key after the end of the credits. So there's 2 kids like digging up a grave, and they're like, you know, if we drink out of the skull of the immortal, we get his powers, this, and this. And then the twins pop up like, don't believe everything you see online. And the episode completely cuts like that. So yeah, man, it was crazy. There's a lot going on. I don't know if Amber and Mark are gonna be good. I doubt it. But yeah, that was it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Stay true, stay savage, people. I'm out. Bye.